What's up, you beautiful potatoes? Welcome back. My name is ROMA. This is the best channel that nobody watches except a few special people like yourselves. And today we're going to be continuing the coverage of the cup from 1100 AD named the IMPERATORS Cup. The next match is going to be between Romka 2 and Bokgb against Premysl and General Hero of Vengeance. Okay, sorry about that, man. So it's gonna be the Kingdom of England and Norse expedition against the Kingdom of France and the Gurids. Interesting. Let's go ahead and watch the battle. Matches are best of 3. Okay, we have 5 horses, probably 3 shock and 2 melee, depending on what's going on there. 3 archers. Is that a pike? 4 swords, 4 axes, and some cheap spears on the Kingdom of France side, which is Premysl. And I'm gonna be calling the players by the name of their factions, because that's gonna make things a little bit easier for me. Let's see the setup. Oh, hello. I wonder if this is by design. So that's Bokgb, I think, right? Yeah, it's Bokgb and Romka against General Hero of Vengeance, yes, and Premysl. Yes, okay. I want to see where the center of the map is. How do I see the edge? Yeah. Okay, so they decided to move. I noticed Premysl did this thing in the previous campaign as cup as well, where he always tries to outposition his enemy, and he tries to force the enemy into reacting and making a mistake, and that's how he won most of his matches. From what I saw, of course, I could be completely wrong, but that's what I remember of his playstyle. Now let's go ahead and see what's what. A nice defensive positioning here. They're ready to be hit this side, which is gonna happen probably because of the positioning of the armies. But then look at this. They're combining their army very nicely, and like they're not acting as 2 different players in one team. They're acting as one army with 2 players, which is nice to see. We have Indian war elephants. 15 of them, although I see only 9, 8. Don't know what's going on there. They're probably still peeing in the woods. Anyway, this is a very hard-hitting flank. Look at this sword. Like, this is gonna be very hard-hitting. Obviously, I think from what I see here with the positioning, of course, I might be wrong. This is meant to be a defensive side, and then this is meant to just butcher the enemy. Let's go ahead and see. It's gonna be interesting. And I think, I don't know, obviously I don't play a lot of multiplayer matches because I just don't have time, guys. I would love to fight in these tournaments eventually, but I think a response to this kind of playstyle where the enemy tries to outposition you and force you to make a mistake is to play aggressively, probably. That's probably one of the ways to counter it. Because if you go into a micromanaging battle against an experienced player that is used to do that, yeah, it's gonna be a rough time for you. Most likely, of course. It's always presumptions and thoughts. It's never really concrete what happens, of course. You see what I'm talking about? They're forcing them to react. And by the time they position their armies, these guys are already on them. And that's valuable time. Because at this point, you're just, if you're this team, if you're Bokgb and Romka, you're just, oh, let's go there and position so that we can be in a decent position, right? While these guys are like, oh, while they're positioning and reacting to what I'm doing, I'm already beyond them. And this is a very hard-hitting flank. With a lot of cavalry. This is like, I don't even know, like, how do you react to this? Because you see he put his cavalry on the flanks to respond to the mass here. And again, you're playing a reactionary type of game with somebody that's very good at what he's doing, right? So I think in order to do something, maybe you would have to disrupt. In this case, I think a good option would have been to be overly aggressive on this flank, to just eat them alive here, because they can do that, and fall back here. Let them play their game. Just fall back if they push into you. You fall back and you destroy these guys. And then when these guys are destroyed, you have the numbers advantage, right? So I think that's, of course, like I can sit here, watch the replay, watch the map and say, oh, this should be done and that should be done. Of course, it's very hard to realize this mid-game, and even if you realize it, sometimes it's just not feasible to do those moves. But I think that would have been a good option for Bok and Romka. Which Bok is trying to be a little bit aggressive here, but I think he should have gone with all the horses. Romka is being aggressive, which you shouldn't be aggressive here. Like, you really shouldn't be aggressive against this. He's realizing that, he's falling back. That's very good on his side. Bok is probably going for his archers. Yeah, but these guys are reacting very well, and now those horses are fucked. This guy is fucked. And while the archers are still gonna shoot them. And this is not good. Like, look at this. Look at the concentration of troops in the center. And this on the flank. Like, don't get me wrong, 5 horses are cool, but look at all this on the flank. You see how with all this, they're pinning down this big number of troops? That gives them the flanks for free. This is not enough. 2 horses and 1 spear is not enough. Obviously, these guys are gonna... okay, maybe I'm talking too much, but it's cool to analyze this. This is way too much here. They reacted very well to Bok's attempt to hit the archers. Now he will still make them be a little bit uncomfortable, but now the archers of the Franks are gonna come into play, shoot the enemy while these guys are just sitting here. Yeah, you need to be more aggressive on this flank if you're gonna be able to hit back somehow. And these horses, yeah, you know, you don't charge there because, yeah, you charge, okay, but now what? Like, look at all this here. They can shoot you. He's falling back very wisely. I think, like, as I said, what you do in this position, if you see an army coming at you this way, you fuck up their flank here, and then with your flank, you're just falling back, and playing for time while you do the work here. I think that's the correct and proper answer for that. Again, it's easy to point that out. It's easy to say that while you're not in the battle. Yeah, look, these guys are just sitting here now, and they are getting shot. It's hard to react to this if you're not used to it, of course. Yeah, these guys barely got into the action and they're shot. Now Bok is trying to do something on the flanks, but the defenses here are decent now. 2 horses plus the general. And those horses are not gonna be enough. They're gonna get flanked here. They're gonna get hit by the back, and they're gonna be spears, and there's spears and swords in there, which is gonna make the Franks' life easier. Because in 1100 AD, if your cavalry is pinned down in a melee fight against swords, whatever, even archers, if they get pinned down and it's a grind, then they're gonna lose. Yeah, this is just way too passive. Yeah, this is way too passive from Bok, unfortunately. Yeah, these guys are gonna lose because of the mix of swords in here. Now Bok does have the back of the enemy, but still he's still, these guys are not in the battle yet, while okay, they have javelins. Yeah, that's actually interesting. He did a decent amount of damage with the javelins, but they're medium missiles, and I'm guessing it was it costed quite a lot. This is just a play for time, because Romka is gonna lose here, and then what he has left in the center is not much. Like, they still have guys in reserves ready to pounce. Same goes here. Yeah, these guys were just very good at defending, putting the right amount of troops in the right places to defend the archers. And Bok tried both frontally and in the rear to attack their skirmishers, but look at this. Like, they always defend their skirmishers well, which is cool. Now the elephants are gonna come into play. And look at all this cavalry and stuff that's still available. They're gonna get chewed up alive. Now, Bok is winning on the flank, but if he would have done this earlier, it could have been better. Now he just doesn't have the numbers. Look at all that. Yeah, it's game over. Archers are still shooting. 43, 20, 21, and it's not only the numbers on them, you know. But the numbers are also, like, look at this. Like 170, 180 only on these archers alone. And you saw how well they're protecting their archers. Even now, look at this. He's trying, Bok is trying, bless his soul. He is trying, but he's getting wrecked by just the superior opposition. Yeah, at this point it's game over. The numbers are coming. Like, some of these troops haven't even been in the battle. I think there's yeah, like these guys. They're okay. These guys, not these guys, but yeah, like look at these guys, fresh, ready to. They're getting bored on the field of battle, and it's all because of the positioning and the reactionary nature of this match. Let's see what. Ooh, they're gonna get wrecked. He's gonna charge the general, and he has spears to fight here, so he's gonna be probably winning this side. But, like, what about everything else? Like, look at this. Yeah, it's just too much. And most of the heavy lifting for the Franks were done by the skirmishers and the cavalry. And a couple of melee fights there. Melee fighters to help out the cavalry. Yeah. It's very smart. It's very cool to see skilled players that play. Yeah, let's go fast, because you know the result for this is pretty obvious. And the archers are still shooting. Well, these guys, maybe they're out of ammo or something. The game is lost anyway, or won for them. A great match to analyze. Fairly one-sided, but it's not because they lack. They did try. Romka and Bok, they did try, but they were just outmatched. Let's see the Kingdom of France. Okay. Yeah, that's 170, 180. on the skirmishers, and then here again. Oh my fucking, look at that, 200, 300, more than 300. Yeah, more than 300 casualties on the archers, plus the whatever I said previously. Yeah, like this, like 450, over 450 soldiers wrecked by the archers. And they did a good job in defending the archers. Anyway, we're gonna go into match number 2. It's gonna be the Duchy of Bohemia. Oh, both of them are gonna play as the Duchy of Bohemia, actually, against the Kingdom of Jerusalem and the Norse Expedition. So let's go ahead and rock into this. 4 archers, 3 axemen swords, 5 swords actually, 3 spears. Yeah, those archers are gonna be pretty good. And I do remember Premysl, I'm sorry if I say your name incorrectly, man. He did rely pretty heavily on the archers in the one-on-one cup as well. And the Norse Expedition again, you see? So they do rely on skirmishers, and they do rely on defending it well. And okay, this time it's they're doing the same stuff. They're pulling the army slightly to the left. Actually, ROMA does that as well now. Okay, let's see. Oh shit, I misclicked. Where am I? That's a very wide line. Yeah, and now he's falling back from the get-go. He's reacting. Okay, this is very cool to see. So he's adapting in the proper way. So they're rotating their army, which is what they should do. Very cool, very cool, very smart. And you just do this, like, in my opinion, you just pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, and you try to be aggressive on this front and win engagements on that front. If the enemy plays like that. But again, what, 1 skirmisher? 2 skirmishers. 3, that's 3 for 2 teams. They're putting emphasis on melee and cavalry, while the other guys are gonna put emphasis on the archers and trying to protect them. Let's see. I see he advances here, which means what? Yeah, they're gonna try to abuse this again. Maybe turtle up here. The archers are here. They're gonna shoot the horses, which is not gonna be optimal. Whoever plays on this flank, I don't know, because both of the players are playing with the Duchy of Bohemia. No, don't fall back. Push, 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 push. Stick it in, man. Balls deep. I'm guessing it's ROMA. No, Bok, because they have the same position of the players here as the previous match, so probably these guys have the same. No, go back. Go back into the city. Go back. You push here. Anyway, now they are masked. But they are masked. Look why they are masked. Like, look at these guys. These are the golden boys of the army. Oh, fuck me. These are javelins. Ooh. Ooh. You know why this is cool? Because this is a turtle up, but it's okay because there's barely any skirmishers on the other side. There's 2 archers, okay? So what are they gonna do? Fuck all. But these javelins, when they get in here, oh my god, it's gonna be a slaughter. They're medium javelins. They have swords as well, which means that after they throw their javelins, they're not completely useless in a melee fight. I really wonder if I don't think so, but I really wonder if Grand Hero of Revenge, I'm sorry man, I can't remember the name, looked at the enemy composition of the previous match and I was like, let's go for some javelins. Because Romka, I've noticed in the previous matches as well, he doesn't really need, or he doesn't really use skirmishers. He tries to outmatch the opposition with cavalry and melee troops. Oh, this is a better positioning from the Duchy of Bohemia. But defenses are strong here. And they are very preoccupied with defending the skirmishers. I mean, these guys, I don't even know what these guys are doing here. Get ready to be fucked. You see how he plays very reactively, defensively, play for time, shoot the enemy. Oh, and these guys are gonna start throwing their shit. It's gonna be painful for whoever stands in front of them. I think these horses should go further in a little bit. Which they are now. Okay. These guys are getting some shots, but the skirmish, come on, man. You should have done that earlier. Yeah, that's a little bit too late. It's not deadly, but you got my point. He's pushing his archers that way so he can shoot everybody here. Okay. They're a little bit close to danger, but the horses are very close to react. And look at that. Did you see that? Did you see how he fell back? He's just playing for time on this flank. Basically, the way I see this team, for example, Premysl is a very good player from what I've seen, and people are praising him to be. So this guy is doing a very good job in defending the flank, while Premysl just goes and does his thing. He is falling back, not engaging. Very smart. That's actually because at one point I was thinking about playing in this tournament, but I didn't have time. But with my possible teammate, which was Bokgb, by the way, I wanted to tell him something similar, like one of us has to be aggressive and the other one has to defend the flank, because I think that's a good strategy to have. It can throw off the opposition. Oh, those skirmishers are gonna eat these guys alive. This is also, by the way, this is not the worst of things. To charge your spears in like this is smart, because these guys are gonna use their ammo, right? And these ammos are really hard hitting. So this is, I don't condemn this. I can see why the Bohemians are doing this. Okay, the fight has started on the flank. Okay, I'm curious to see. I can't remember in the previous match. You see, the skirmishers are helping in the center from Master Hero of Revenge. Master Hero of Revenge. They're helping out in the center. They're helping Premysl here, while the rest are defending. Which means that these guys are gonna get hard by skirmishers, then charged. Yeah, let's see. The flank was won by Bokgb on the previous match as well. It looks promising for him here. But the skirmishers are just chewing these guys up alive. You cannot stand here and take the shots, because archers are good in this game and this mod. And they're getting free shots now. And that's the disadvantage when you don't have any skirmishers. You have to charge, and basically the enemy can force you to do what he wants. So you don't have skirmishers, he's gonna shoot you. You're gonna say, well, I can't stand here to get shot forever. You charge into them, and then the enemy expects you to charge into them, which means that he can react accordingly. And again, it's easy to point these things out when you just stand and watch the replay. Now the defense here is kind of struggling, but so far the skirmishers are doing a good job. The archers are starting to pile up. Yeah, you need to be more proactive here. You have to be more aggressive. These are the cheap now, the media. Okay. We have a charge here. That's gonna be rough for those light horses. Light melee. Yeah, now look at this. Okay, I want to see this. So he pushes the bare minimum that he needs, what he needs to push and hold the center for the skirmishers, and then pushes everybody else on the flank. They're gonna win the center again. The flanks are a trouble here, are a problem. Oh, those shots are gonna be so strong. The skirmishers are probably starting to be out of ammo. They're fighting in melee combat, and they're medium, so they're gonna be decent in holding the line for a while until Big Daddy here wins his engagement. We have a lot of forces, but they're light melee. We have a very heavy melee. Okay. Some swords, some spears. This is gonna be problematic here. He's gonna lose his flank. These guys are out of action. Bokgb did a decent job in pushing back to the Grand Hero of Revenge. He's baiting these two horses here. Now the center gave up eventually for Premysl, because he did push only with what he needed to buy time, right? To the skirmishers to shoot them. And then on the flanks, he did a good job in neutralizing the enemy. Now the center is gonna move to the flanks. Bokgb did a good job in surrounding the enemy here and fighting. This is an interesting fight. Ooh, the general is gonna be wrecked. Yeah, Premysl retook the center. Has good control here. He has good control here as well. The flank is where the problems are. But let's see. This general can do a lot of damage. These guys are holding, they're holding. He's gonna probably win here. Very heavy, that's not gonna be easy to... That's gonna be time consuming is what I'm trying to say. He loses the flank, but he gains the center. And he can help out his ally if he wishes to. He can actually... Like, he can actually charge... Okay, this is cool. So Bokgb surrounded him, right? He charged him in the rear and he kind of wrecked him in the center. But now Premysl can charge Bokgb in the back. While he just does the bare minimum here to hold down all those troops. Like, all those troops are pinned down and he can do whatever he wants here. He's also very good at putting the right amount of troops to buy time where he wants to buy time and to do damage where he wants to do damage. Yeah, skilled player. That comes through experience. These guys are still holding here. The heavy spears. I gotta say, this wasn't as one-sided as the other match. This was a much better fight from Bok and Romka. They learned their lesson very quickly. They did fall back on the right flank and tried to push on the left, and they somewhat did. Like, yeah, without intervention from the Kingdom of Jerusalem, I think the Norse expedition would have been in trouble. But the game is not done. Now these archers are gonna come in handy against the cavalry. Very handy, very, very handy. It can cause a lot of damage. Yeah, the two generals are gonna get wrecked here. And by the time the spears come here, the generals will be no more. And because of the help here, the Norse expedition is gonna hold the line and push back Bok. The generals are gonna die here. Yeah, he still has horses on the flanks. Yeah, it's game over. Yeah, a great match though. It's like, listen, yeah, I was pleased to see that they learned and they adapted. Like, honestly, probably I would adapt after the first match. Let's see the numbers on the skirmishers. Again, 100, over 200. Man. Oh, look at this. Yeah. Again, a lot of deaths on those skirmishers. Yeah, cool match. Cool match. 2-0 for the better team. That's gonna be it for this one, and I will see you in the next match that I will cover somewhere this week. Guys, take care of yourselves. Stay safe, stay clean, and always stay strong.